For many people dreaming of Japan, the idea is simple. Buy a cheap old house in the countryside, renovate it, and start a peaceful new life. It sounds perfect, right? Today we re-diving into the real story of what it is like to buy a rural Japanese home known as an Akiya, the hopes, the surprises, the frustrations, and the realities that no one tells you about. Welcome to a journey into Japan's countryside, and what truly happens when you finally get the keys. For most people, the dream begins the same way. Scrolling through websites showing abandoned Japanese houses for $5,000, or even for free. A garden overgrown with moss. Wooden beams older than your grandparents. Sliding paper doors glowing in the sunlight. The fantasy becomes irresistible. Quiet mornings, friendly neighbors, growing your own vegetables. A cozy Japanese home straight out of a Studio Ghibli movie. But what happens when the dream meets reality? Buying an old Japanese home sounds simple, but in reality, it's a maze. First, the price is not the problem. Many Akiya cost between 0 and 3 million yen, which is roughly 0 to 20,000 US dollars. Some are literally abandoned and free. Others only require you to cover the renovation costs. But what no one tells you is that finding the owner is hard. Negotiating is hard. The paperwork is very hard. If the property has multiple inherited owners, siblings, cousins, people who moved to Tokyo years ago, you may spend months just tracking down signatures. There's also property tax, boundary confirmation, earthquake resistance forms, waste disposal inspections, septic tank checks, and more. Suddenly, your cheap house becomes a full-time administrative project. When new owners first enter an Akiya, two reactions usually happen. The first is, this place is magical. Look at the wooden beams, the smell of tatami. It feels like stepping back in time. And then there's the second reaction. Why is everything sticky? Why is there a hole in the bathroom floor? And why does the ceiling look like it might fall on me? Most of these houses have been empty for 10, 20, even 40 years. Expect to find mold on the walls, spiders big enough to pay rent, collapsed ceiling panels, frozen water pipes, electrical systems from the 1970s, and maybe a few kerosene heaters as the only source of warmth. Welcome to the countryside. And here comes the biggest shock for most people. The renovation cost is not just a little DIY weekend project. It's massive. Fixing structural damage, that could be 1 million yen. Replacing the roof, 1 to 2 million yen. A new bathroom is about 500,000, and a new kitchen can run anywhere from 300,000 to 1 million yen. Upgrading the electrical system will be another 300,000. And installing heating, maybe 200,000. Replacing the tatami mats, that's 80,000 yen per room. And pest removal can be 50 to 200,000 yen. Suddenly, your free house becomes a 4 to 8 million yen project. And that's assuming nothing unexpected is hiding behind the walls. Because something always is. Despite the challenges, living in rural Japan is unforgettable. The good parts? It's peaceful mornings with just the sound of birds and crisp mountain air. Neighbors who generously bring fresh vegetables to your door. Local festivals, timeless traditions, and a slow, meaningful community life. You get space lots of it. Night skies so clear they're full of stars. And a real, tangible connection with nature. But then there's the reality. Winters can be brutally cold inside these old houses. Summer brings insects the size of small helicopters. The nearest grocery store might be a 20 or even 40-minute drive away. Public transportation? You might be lucky to get one bus every 2 hours. And internet speed often depends on the gods. The house constantly fights back with leaking roofs, returning mold, and wild animals trying to move in with you. Living in the Japanese countryside, Isin Ta, postcarded S, a constant balance between deep peace and hard work. Despite everything, the paperwork, the endless repairs, the occasional isolation, most people who buy an Akiya say the same thing: it changed my life. Restoring an old Japanese home becomes a deeply personal journey. You're learning new skills, reconnecting with nature, and becoming part of a small, tight-knit community. You are preserving a piece of history and finding a lifestyle that feels deeply meaningful. The house becomes a project, a challenge, but also a treasure. Buying an old house in the Japanese countryside is not easy. It's not simple, and it is definitely not cheap. But for those who take the leap, it becomes one of the most rewarding adventures of their life. So before you buy your own Akiya, ask yourself, do you want a perfect house or a story you'll never forget? If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, would you buy an old house in the Japanese countryside? We'd love to know. Buying a traditional Japanese countryside house sounds like a dream, right? A peaceful life, a huge house for the price of a laptop, surrounded by mountains and rice fields. Oh, but what is it really like? Today, you'll hear realistic testimonies from foreigners who bought old rural homes in Japan and discovered the hopes, surprises, and harsh realities hidden behind the sliding doors. Our first testimony comes from Mark, an American who bought a 1 million yen Akiya in Nagano. He told us, "When I first visited the house, I thought, wow, this is straight out of a Ghibli movie. Then I opened the attic door. A family of raccoons looked right at me. That's when I realized this wasn't a renovation project, it was a wildlife eviction job." Mark spent 2 months sealing the roof and repairing damage he never expected. But today, he says, it was tough, but every morning I wake up to mountain air. It's worth it. Next is Sophia from Spain, who bought a farmhouse in Shikoku. She said, "I knew the house was old. I didn't know the plumbing was older than my parents. The first time I turned on the sink, the water came out brown. I panicked. Turns out the pipes had rusted for decades. After replacing the entire water system, a 500,000 yen surprise, Sophia discovered the beauty of rural life. When the sunset hits the rice fields outside my house, I forget the stress. Completely." Then we have Julian, a French traveler who fell in love with a wooden kaminka in northern Tohoku. "I bought the house in summer. It was paradise. Then winter arrived. There was ice inside my bedroom window. I didn't know a house could be cold from the inside. He eventually invested in better insulation and a wood stove. Shared. Now winter feels like living in a mountain cabin. Cozy. But wow, that first winter humbled me. Not all surprises are bad, though." Maria and Jacob from Germany share a heartwarming experience after moving to a small village in Kumamoto. Maria said the neighbors showed up with vegetables. Then more vegetables. Then homemade pickles. "We had enough food for a month," Jacob added. "I thought rural Japan would be quiet and lonely. Instead, we ended up with more friends than we had in Berlin. Their only real struggle is understanding the local Kumamoto dialect." Ethan from Canada bought a house listed as minor repairs needed. He told us ironically, "Yeah, minor repairs meant half the floor was missing. Literally gone. One wrong step, and I was basically in the crawl space." He spent far more than expected, but also learned more than he imagined. "I came to Japan with zero DIY skills. Now I can replace tatami, install windows, and fix a toilet. This house forced me to grow. Despite the frustrations wildlife, plumbing, freezing winters, and hidden damages, every foreigner shared one common feeling. They don't regret it. Not even a little," Mark said. "I traded traffic and pollution for silence and fresh air," Sophia told us. "Every morning feels like a reset button," Julian shared. "My neighbors treat me like family," and Maria added. "We feel more connected to life here than anywhere else. So, buying an old house in the Japanese countryside isn't easy. It's not cheap. And it's definitely not perfect. But for those who take the leap, it becomes more than a home. It becomes a transformation, a story, and a new life chapter. Would you buy an old house in the Japanese countryside? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Japan stories.